when I told her about the thing that looks like a TV is on. She goes, I feel like I need to borrow Elizabeth. There's things you guys know about that we never even think.
Get the camera. Four, 7.9. Pulling the trailer.
Well, fortunately, we've just got the one trip.
Yeah, well, pulling a 1,000-pound trailer is going to make a difference, so I got 8 instead of 10. So we are about halfway home.
Yeah.
And, you know, we could easily do this in one day, one long day, but we got plenty of time, so why?
Yes.
So we normally do this trip in 2 days, and we usually stop in Augusta, Georgia in a hotel, which is where we are now.
The lady knows us. She's, as soon as we come in.
Yeah, the lady says, which way are you headed, north or south? We stop in here in the same hotel a couple times a year. You know, eventually, as soon as we have the truck all finished, we won't be using the hotel anymore because we can just park someplace around the area for the night. But right now, it's not there yet. If you remember when we went to Texas, we had that temporary bunk that I built for Elizabeth, and then I was on the mattress on the floor. Well, we were just gone for a few days. We didn't have much with us, but now we're moving for 6 months.
Yeah, I mean,
And we got a lot. I can't believe how much stuff we got in that truck. Well, we got your tricycle, we got my bicycle, we got a good part of my tools.
I mean, that big trike is in there.
Yeah.
Yes, and that bed that you built before, we're taking all the wood back because we're going to use it. Everything that we're going to put into the RV that we'd already gotten is going back.
So bottom line is there's no room on the floor for me to spread out a mattress to sleep on, so we're here again in the hotel.
Well, we got the hotel with points.
Yeah, we do a lot of travel, especially with Thrive Life. I'll go to Utah and spend a week out there for conventions and things like that. And so I always use Wyndham Rewards. If you ever travel much, check out Wyndham Rewards. They're cheaper hotels. Super 8, La Quinta, ones like that. There are about a dozen or so that Wyndham earns, but they have rewards points every time you book a room. So we earned enough points that we got this room tonight for free. So that was cool.
And we're not sponsored, by the way, by Wyndham. We're not affiliated with them at all.
No.
But that is what we use, and we do end up with free rooms because of it, which is nice.
Right. So I don't know. We don't really have a whole lot, I guess, going on in this video. We're just headed home, and it's mostly just highway driving for 2 days.
Yeah, we just try to show you things if we can, you know.
You know, I just got the gas mileage. You recorded my figuring the gas mileage, right? We usually get about 10 in there, but we're pulling that trailer. The trailer weighs about 400 pounds, and the bike weighs about 650 pounds. So it's like 1,100 pounds, and so it dropped our mileage from 10 to 8.
Yeah.
That's another reason that we won't be pulling the trailer and the motorcycle when we go on big long trips.
Yeah.
Because it drops the mileage so badly.
Yeah.
But
right now we're just getting the motorcycle back up to Virginia.
right.
You know.
But you know, 8 to 10 miles an hour is typical for larger RVs. I hear a lot of people talking about that.
Miles per gallon.
What did I say?
Miles an hour.
Oh, 8 to 10 miles an hour is about right too.
No, we actually can go faster than that. Oh, goodness.
So, well, anyway, we had a good meal
Yeah.
at Golden Corral, and so we're off tomorrow to get the rest of the way home.
Yeah, I'd get up to Virginia. So, and I'm getting myself like, I don't know, I just feel the transition happening, you know,
Yeah.
to be back up there again. So, yeah, we made sure and let the family know when we're going to be getting there. And
You know, it's really strange because last time when we were down in Florida last winter, we were really only there for, what, like 6 weeks or something like that, because we were doing a lot of the construction work and all
yes,
that.
yes.
So, I mean, we were down there, but we were in an Airbnb, so we were only actually in the house for a few weeks. So when we left, it almost still kind of felt like an Airbnb.
Well, and yeah, like I said, when we first went back this time, there was not much of anything in the house.
Right. But this time now, we've been there for 6 months, and it is definitely home.
Oh, yeah.
And it feels really weird to be leaving home
Yep.
to go home. I mean, that's the first time we've experienced that.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange.
And this will be the first time when we go back next winter that it would just, the house is settled.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be in the middle of really a major project around the house much at all. So
Right.
that's really, that's really something.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed fixing that place up though. It's
Yeah.
been fun finding stuff and yeah.
So anyway, I guess we'll get a good night's sleep tonight and off again tomorrow, the rest
Yeah.
of the way home.
Yeah. All right. Love, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay.
This is not the sign off. We're not at the end.
I know. I almost said live simple. Anyway, yeah. It's okay. I'm tired.
See you in the morning. Ready, dear one?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Breakfast.
We really get to know this place.
Yeah, we've been here before.
Yeah, I'll say. We're on the road, and I'm making sure I'm taking my beautiful petunias back with us because I'm going to hang them outside in Virginia, and they're going to have a wonderful summer. Hey, sweetheart.
So I am really enjoying this whole setup with the truck and the trailer and the camera. And the camera is absolutely essential because the truck is 8 feet wide and the trailer is only 5 feet wide, which means two things. One, if I try to back up the trailer and I can't see it, it's almost impossible to back it up. The other thing is that if I'm driving down the road and one of those straps breaks on the motorcycle and it falls over, I wouldn't even know it until it fell out onto the road. So this is just giving me a lot of confidence and a lot of peace of mind to be able to just drive and to be able to completely monitor what's happening behind me. Also, that little car that we had, the Chevy Cavalier, pulled the trailer okay, but it was right at its towing limit, and it was always a little bit nerve-wracking hoping it was going to work okay. But when I pull this trailer and motorcycle behind the truck is so solid I can't even tell that the trailer's there. So I really enjoy this setup. Now, as we leave Florida to go back to Virginia, we're going to be in Virginia for 6 months. So we want to leave the refrigerator in Florida completely empty, leave the doors open, leave it unplugged. So we did as much as we could to get it empty before we left, but that we still had a few things left. So Elizabeth last night loaded everything that was left into this Set Power refrigerator. Now, we just got this recently, and I did put it through a test when I first got it to plug it into this solar generator to see how long it would last. 48 hours it ran, and it was still 22%. We loaded this up before we left, and then we drove all day and spent the night in a hotel. This is the next morning, and now the generator is still at 76%, so it's doing well. And the refrigerator is at 37%, and the freezer is at 10%. Here's our refrigerator, including an ice cold bubbly. And there's the freezer with some shrimp and some other things in there. So like I said, this is the first time we've used it, and I absolutely love it. Give me a nice cold drink. Now, if you're following along with what we're doing, this is a box truck that we are building out into a camper van. And for right now, as you can see, the inside isn't built at all. So I don't have any 12 volt power supply plugs anywhere in here. We only have one, and that's up on the dashboard, and it's full of other things. It's got my backup camera plugged into it. It's got our cell phone GPS plugged into it. So for now, I plugged this refrigerator into our solar generator to keep it running while we're gone. After we get this thing finished out, we're going to have, 12 volt plugs all over. We'll be able to wire this up permanently. And this is just the ticket. It's just what we need. It's working well. If you would like to see a more thorough review of it, I will put a link right up here. And then I'll also put a link in the description down below for that review video, and also our link for you to get 16% off should you decide to buy this one or a different one. They have many different ones on their website. This is actually one of the larger ones. They have smaller ones. I highly recommend it. It's rugged, it's solid. This is going to do the job, and we're very excited to have it. Okay, I want to take just a minute to address a lot of concerns that many of you have had, and many comments and discussions over the past couple of videos about these, so I want to address them. First of all, knocking my head on here, and pool noodles. Yeah, I can't even begin to tell you how many people have suggested that I put pool noodles here, but there isn't any place to put a pool noodle. The first time I bumped my head, it was right here. There's no rail there to put a pool noodle on. It wouldn't stick. And then there's this little thing. That's where I cut my head when I hit that. All I could do would be take something and just tape it or something. I don't even really know how I would attach it to that. That wouldn't be this big ugly thing. But it's not really necessary because I hung this chain here. And now when you walk past here, if you happen to be looking down, you see that chain and it reminds you. So this has completely taken care of it. But beyond that, I have the toolbox on order, and it'll be here in about another week. And when I put it down right underneath it here, it actually comes out a couple inches further than this does, and it'll be down about waist level. So there's no way, once that's there, that I can even get in here to bump my head, because I would hit the toolbox first. But in the meantime, this is taking care of it. Another issue, there were many people who were concerned that this isn't stable enough, that it's going to fall off, that it's going to create an accident. And I really don't think it is, because the bracket that it came on, this one right here, that's what it's designed for, to hold it. But then a lot of people said that it's designed to hold it, but it's not designed for all of the vibration and the motion. So I started thinking about it. I thought, well, maybe, I don't know, I still think it'll be okay, but maybe there's some truth to that. So I got some aluminum L bracket, and I put this on here, not because I think it's necessary, but because it's better to err on the side of caution, and it's better with overkill to have too much bracing than not enough bracing. So I put that on there. Now it's absolutely rock solid. It just simply doesn't move. Now that it's there, I'll tell you guys, thank you. Now that it's there, it gives me a little bit more peace of mind driving down the road, knowing that this thing just simply isn't going to move. Another concern that a lot of people have been having recently, since the last video where you saw me putting the trike up into the box, and there's been a huge discussion of people trying to figure out how we can carry our bikes with us. Well, you're trying to solve a problem that isn't a problem, because we're not planning on taking our bikes with us when we travel in this thing, when we go out west, and for several reasons. One is that I was able to get that in the truck right now, but once it's all built out and all the cabinets are in there, the trike won't even fit in there, or if it did, we wouldn't be able to move. So we can't go in there. If I pull the trailer to haul them, I could do that, but I don't really want to do that because the trailer makes it harder to park, and it drops my gas mileage a couple miles per gallon. And so basically we've discussed many different ways to do that, to take the bikes along, and just decided that it's just not going to work. Can we put it on the back on a rack back here? No, because the trike is 3 feet wide. And then the bike in front of that, we'd have to have a great big platform back here. I guess we could make it work, but it's sort of awkward. But the main thing is I just simply don't want those things exposed to the weather.
and to the the prying eyes where they could walk off. Even if I chain them up, they could walk off. And some people suggested that I put the motorcycle and the bicycles in the trailer. Well, that works, that fits. We've done that before in the when we were towing it with the car, and it does work. But then, like I said, I don't want to pull the trailer because it, you know, for our longer trips. And this time, just coming to Virginia, just to hauling the bike back up, by putting it inside, I protected the bike from the weather and from prying eyes. So we're not taking the bikes with us. The only thing we'll do is haul it back and forth between Florida and Virginia, and when I do that, I can do that in the trailer. The motorcycle and both bikes will fit in the trailer. So, oh, and I just remember one more thing. A lot of people are concerned that this is going to be stolen. I'm not really concerned about that. If I lived in inner city or even in a suburb someplace in a big city, maybe so. But both of our homes are very, very rural, and we're in a place where many people don't even lock their houses when they leave. That's how rural it is and how crime-free it is, so I'm not really concerned. It might be a little bit more of a concern if we're traveling. But so anyway, I looked around on the internet for several days trying to find a cage that would fit around this. I just simply couldn't find one. I found a lot of air conditioner cages that are designed to go on the ground for a big unit outside, and it goes down over top of the unit. I found wall units that are designed to fit an air conditioner that goes through a window, and then you bolt it to the outside of the window. But they're all too small. This one, because it's out further away from the wall, I can't find a cage that'll fit. So the only opportunity I would have there would be if I had somebody manufacture one for me. And anyway, I'm not convinced that that's going to be necessary. So there you go.
I have to admit that after being in the flatlands of Florida for many months, it's nice to see the mountains again. Well, my lady, welcome home.
Thank you. All right. I love being back up here in Virginia with my roses. I put them in one of my planting beds to keep the deer from eating them. And I have one here that's trying to really bloom. I think I'll try to kind of tuck it down because I'll have to keep them trimmed so they don't completely just come out the top. But they're beautiful. They smell so good. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at those over there, and it looks like there's a couple of weeds to be sure I pull out, but I think these are going to come together. This one in the middle is looking a little puny, but it's got growth coming out of the bottom. I was able to open this up without doing any damage here. I just want to kind of tuck these in, and then I'm going to be trimming it down a little bit to get the blooming to start a little bit lower, but it's going to be fine. I had these planted along the sidewalk that are leading up to our side door, and I tell you, the deer just ate them to pieces every year, no matter what I put on them, no matter how hard I tried, and especially the little fawns. We get fawns growing here every year, and they loved them. So I thought, you know what, it's worth it to me because I love the roses so much. I'm just going to put it in one of my planting beds, and it's kept them protected. Now they have been transplanted, so this one and this one looking a little rough for wear, but they are coming back up again. And I really think they're going to be okay. Like, this has got some beautiful blooms on it. So I'm going to give them a lot of love and some rose food, and make sure they're watered if it hasn't rained. And anyway, try to see if I can get some nice healthy bushes growing in here. I think that if I keep them trimmed down, they'll like bloom, filling out a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this grass out of here. Ooh. Make sure and leave everything nice for just the roses. Boy, this grass gets good root system going here. All right, I got all of that. But oh, they smell so wonderful. I'm gonna come around here because I see some weeds. So I got some guys coming up right here, so I'm gonna get these pulled up out of the ground. Oh, that came up easy. Oh my goodness. And oh, this little piece. Yeah, good. And this, oh, smells. Oh, so good. So I'll try to give them TLC, see if I can get some happy roses in here. So anyway, I'm glad to be around them again. Well, sweetheart, we are back, and it is a beautiful day. Absolutely lovely here. And I've been enjoying getting to look around, and the peach tree's got little peaches on it, and you know, my roses are coming up really well. I showed you that. But yeah, we're glad to be here.
It's so nice to be here where it's not so humid. It's drier and crispier.
It's crispier, yes.
Crisper.
Crisper.
And it's about 10 degrees cooler, so loving it.
Yeah. You can hear my chimes behind the house. We went ahead and, you know, made sure those big ones are back there.
Yeah, well, the very first thing that she did when she got in the house was grab the chimes and have me hang them up all over the place. You know, priorities.
And of course, it's been awesome to see Barry and Molly and the kids.
Yep.
We've loved that. So, all righty.
So now we begin our summer adventure.
Yeah. Yep.
So, here we are in Virginia. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, live simple.
Live free. You be blessed.
Yeah, we love you, and of course, we will see you very soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.